We who don't have Arabic names or don't wear turbans or headscarves may not feel the weight of these times as much as Americans from the Middle East and South Asia do. But as the great jurist Learned Hand said in a speech in New York City's Central Park during World War II, the spirit of liberty is the spirit which seeks to understand the minds of other men and women. The spirit of liberty is the spirit which weighs their interests alongside its own without bias. But was it not, Madam President, at least partially biased when passengers on a Northwest Airlines flight in Minneapolis a month ago insisted that Northwest remove from the plane 3 Arab men who had cleared security? Of course, given the enormous anxiety and fears generated by the events of September 11th, it would not have been difficult to anticipate some of these reactions, both by our government and some of our people. Some have said, I think somewhat cavalierly, that in these difficult times we have to accept some reduction in our civil liberties in order to be secure. And of course, there is no doubt, Madam President, there is no doubt that if we lived in a police state, it would be easier to catch terrorists. If we lived in a country that simply allowed the police to search your home at any time for any reason, if we lived in a country that allowed the government to open your mail, eavesdrop on your phone conversations, or intercept your email communications, if we lived in a country that allowed the government to hold people in jail indefinitely based on what they write or think, or based on mere suspicion that they're up to no good, then the government would no doubt discover and arrest more terrorists. Madam President, that probably would not be a country in which we would want to live, and that would not be a country for which we could, in good conscience, ask our young people to fight and die. In short, that country would not be America.